a little bit, I know you weren't here for the earlier discussion, is that if you intend to do something and you have himma, you have determination for it. You plan it out. So you're not sitting on the couch, I want to donate to Helping Hands, I want to make Hajj, I'm going to heal the world, I'm going to, fight against racism, and then, okay, Allah reward me for all these things. No, we're not going to reward for any of those things. But you have a plan. I'm going to donate. So I'm going to go to the masjid tomorrow. I'm going to have another program there. I'm going to donate to their pantry program that they have, or to the orphan program they have, right? So you actually have determination you're going to do it, right? But then tomorrow comes and it's raining, and guess what? You can't go out, or you can become sick. Then you get rewarded for that. But not just passing thoughts, okay? So that's a big difference between the two. That's what we talked about. So that will be written also, like, Mu'tasim, he will have rewarded for this intention, even though he didn't do it. And same thing for the negative one. And I see this, iPhone on the table there. No one's claiming it. I'm gonna pick it up. That's the anniversary edition, right? It's a new one that came out. Someone leaked it right there and left it on the table at the masjid. I'm gonna put it in my pocket. So you're like, no, astaghfirullah, I shouldn't do it. Like, why do you even think about doing something like that? Then you get rewarded for it. But if you don't do it because Mu'tasim's over there looking at you, and you're like, gosh, Mu'tasim, can you leave, please? I want to jack this phone. Then you won't get rewarded for that. Because you do it for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, but you did it from embarrassment. Right? So that's another thing that you need to add to that.
Would he get rewarded for signing him?
What would he get rewarded for? just things staring at me? I don't know. I don't see how you would get rewarded. If he says, like, hey, Shahid, I know what you're thinking. Don't do it, right? He might get sent for having bad thoughts of me, so that's another thing. I say, why are you even thinking I'm going to steal for, man? I wouldn't do something like that. Stuff for Allah, right? That can be sinful. Right? But anyhow. Good. So therefore, so your speech, movements, and intentions will be sitting down. And whether he'll be happy or unhappy, that's just a word that's used. And the same word is used in the Quran. I put in Surah Hud, chapter number 11, verse 105 or 108, where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, يَوْمَ يَأْتِ لَا تَتَكَلَّمُ نَفْسٌ إِلَّا بِإِذْنِهِ فَمِنْهُمْ شَقِيٌّ وَسَعِيدٌ. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala uses the same word, shaqi wa sa'id. The day will come when no soul would speak by his permission, unless Allah gives them permission. And amongst them will be the wretched, those who go to hellfire, and those who will be prosperous, sa'id, those who will go to Jannah, if you will. It's the word that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala uses in the Quran also to denote who's going to go to Jannah and Jahannam, the people of Jannah, if you will. And then the Prophet says, by the one other than whom there is no deity. Right? So here the Prophet is swearing. Anytime the Prophet swears or taking an oath to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that means what he's about to say is something very, very super duper important. Right? You call this in Arabic, you call it qasam. Right? And this is like you're making a qasam. I think Urdu, you have the same type of word or something like that, right? So this is something that's very, very strong that he's doing. So what is the Prophet what is he making an oath with? He says, verily one of you will perform the actions of the people of paradise until there is not between him and arm length, between him and it, meaning death, and that which is written for him overtakes him, right? The angel written down, right? So that he acts with the acts of the people of the hellfire, and then he enters the hellfire. Let me ask you this question. How can somebody who's praying, donating, participating in the masjid, coming to the Essence of Guidance Hadith class, right, at the ICNA Center, and then before he dies, he does something, the people of hellfire, and then goes to hellfire. How is that possible? Like, seriously, did he not learn anything from 60 years, 70 years, 40 years, to 20 years of doing good deeds, and then right before he dies, he does something that throws him into the hellfire? How can that be possible? Right? Like, how does a person even get to that stage? Right? How can we explain this, if you will?
His heart was pure at that time, and his intentions weren't for Allah. Like perhaps it was just cultural, like his parents told him, like, hey, you need to do this, so he did all these things, but it wasn't true and sincere.
So his heart had issues with it, his intentions. Go ahead.
Kind of like the scholar who just learned for.
Very good. Go ahead, excellent, very good. Anyone else? That's a big thing. If you go to another version of this hadith that's mentioned in Sahih Muslim, this is I forgot the narration we're using it here, but the Prophet says that the man who worked deeds of the people of Jannah, to which appears to the people that he's from Jannah, but then he does the action of the people of the hellfire. So there's an extra wording here. Yabdu, yani appears that he's from the people of paradise. From the outside, we see that brother, we see that sister participating, but we don't know what's really inside what Brother Dalen mentioned, what's in their heart. Why are they coming to that class for? Why are they donating for? Because they want. Why they participate in the masjid board for? Because they want to be the president of the masjid. They want to show that they have this, they want to show that. So guess what? All those actions were null, void. It wasn't really for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That's why they failed in terms of ending, right? And that's why they end up doing something. The people of the hellfire.
I read somewhere that it is a hadith that a man does a good deed for all his life, but then he do something with inheritance that makes him a monk. Is it like
Inheritance?
like when he dies and he make a unjustified inheritance?
Well, like
Or
his
will. Will, yeah.
Double.
I don't know if there's a hadith like that, but I mean that can be, right? He does something that is disliking to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in his will at the end of his life. That could be possible. I don't know if that will throw him into Jahannam. I'm trying to see what would he write in his will that will throw him in Jahannam. No.
Like unjust will, like giving something to someone who is not.
Right. So they have that. Like, first of all, in Islam, you only can give up to 1/3 of your wealth. You can will it out before you die. That's what the Prophet limited that. So why? So you don't give everything away, and then your son doesn't get anything, even though you don't like your son or you don't like your wife or your husband. That you can't will more than 1/3. So there's a limit. So that's to do it. So that's also something like that. But yeah, I'm not too sure if that's it. But yeah, maybe you could do something like that. That's unjust, if you will, and spiteful. He had the wrong intentions, right? He was just trying to give away money so that his inheritors don't get it. That could be something that's sinful, obviously. That was his intent, right? So yeah, definitely that could be something like that, if you will. Right? As Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentions in sort of, let's see if I have this here. Surah Kahf, right? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, beautiful ayah in Surah Kahf, right? Something for all of us to really ponder on. Where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم الذين ضل سعيهم في الحياة الدنيا وهم يحسبون أنهم يحسنون صنعا. Very scary verse. That those whose efforts are lost in this world, their salawat, their zakat, their hajj, while they think that they were doing well, they thought that they were righteous, right? And that's why sometimes I ask everyone in this room, including myself, are you guys righteous? Are you guys good people? Everyone says, yeah, I'm a very good Muslim. I'm like a very good person, alhamdulillah, I'm a good Muslim. None of you will raise your hand and say, oh no, I'm a very bad Muslim. I'm like terrible, right? I'm shaitan, right? Nobody would say that. All of us think that we're great, right? Everyone think that's called self-righteous, right? Right? La tuzaki anfusakum, right? The Prophet said that don't make yourself zakiyah. Don't say that you're good and you're righteous. Don't let that be proven by other people, right? That's why I always tell people, even though no one likes this statement, whatever your spouse says to you, or your children, or your brother and your sister, right? Even though you think they're biased, and they always complain, sometimes you have to listen to those comments. Because guess what? Those people know you the most, right? Yeah, sometimes it's bias, all right? But guess what? You have so much temper, you're always angry, you're so grouchy. Oh, you're grouchy. That's like husband and wife always whatever, getting at each other. But sometimes you have to stop and say, hold on, do I really have a temper? Right? My kids tell me that, my wife tells me that, right? Maybe I do have a temper. Right? I don't know. I don't think I have a temper. Of course you don't think I have a temper. Why? Because everyone thinks they're great, right? So sometimes you have to take a step back, yeah, my wife says I'm stingy, and my kids always say that, you never play with us, you never spend time with us and stuff. No, that might be true, right? Because guess who knows you the most, right? Is those people in your household. You go to the masjid and the brother said, oh, I know that guy in the masjid, mashallah, very good, you should marry him. Of course, everyone in the masjid is angels. No one's stealing from the zakat box. No one's yelling and throwing slippers at each other. That does happen sometimes, unfortunately. But in the majority, that's why some people come up to me like, do you know if that brother I should marry my daughter to him? Is he a good brother? Yeah, I see him at the masjid, alhamdulillah, he comes and he prays. I don't know what he does at home. I don't know what he drinks. I don't know what he eats. I don't know what he works at. I can't tell you that, right? You have to find that out yourself. Right? That comes when you start talking. So sometimes we have to look at each other, right? That's why we have that saying that Umar radiallahu anhu says, "Tahasibu anfusakum hatta qabla an tuhasib." Right? Take yourself into accountable before you are taken into account. From Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Take yourself to account before you are taken into account on Yawm al-Qiyamah. Right? Look at yourself, right? Are you friendly? Look at what people say about you, right? How much people in this world don't talk to you, and you don't talk to them, right? And you're like, oh no, because they're bad people, that's why I don't talk to them. Well, guess what? How do you know if that's not your issue? Maybe because you're bad, right? If you have 4 or 5 family members that don't talk to you, that's an issue. Could it be that all those 4 or 5 family are bad people, or and you're the only good angel? I don't know, right? We have to look at that. So here, the Prophet says in this hadith here, that someone who does the acts of the people of Jannah, and then at the end they do the acts of the people of paradise, of Jahannam, and they go to hellfire. And the hadith that Muazzam was bringing up, about the martyr, about the scholar, about the philanthropist, right? If you think about that hadith, that's even worse. Because these people fought for the cause of Allah, they taught for the cause of Allah, they donated for the cause of their whole entire life. And they died thinking that they did that. Here in this hadith, at least at the end of their life, they did something that showed that they were. But here, these people had no clue. So when they were brought up on Yawm al-Qiyamah, they were totally surprised. Like, oh my God, I didn't know. So that's even a worse example, if you will, that we have there in that situation there. And there's an instance here where in the seerah, where there was a man who went to the battle, and he was fighting the battle of Uhud. And the Prophet ﷺ, and everyone was like bragging about him. Look at him, he's fighting so courageously. And the Prophet ﷺ like, you know, he's a man of the hellfire. And everyone's like, what are you talking about? So one Sahabi said, you know, I'm going to follow him. And started following him in the battle and saw that he was like cutting down people. He was a very courageous person. And then at the end, he got shot with an arrow in his leg, and he was about to die. And so what he did, he put the sword to his chest, and he killed himself. Because he didn't want to get killed by the enemy. And the guy saw that. And then he came back to the Prophet ﷺ. This is Sahih Muslim and Bukhari, or the same hadith. And he went back to the Prophet ﷺ. He said, you are truthful, you are definitely a prophet. He's like, why are you saying that for? He's like, I know that man that you said that was going to be part of the hellfire? I followed him in the battlefield. And I saw what he did. He got hit with the arrow, he put the sword to his chest, and he took his own life. And the Prophet said, you know what? Some people will do the acts of the people of Jannah until there's only between him and death, and he does the acts of the people of hellfire, and you enter the hellfire. It says exactly the same hadith, if you will. Right. Most of us, alhamdulillah, the scholars are mentioned in the books of commentary of this hadith, most people are not like this. Alhamdulillah, most people are like this, right? But there's some people that this would happen, right? And this is, alhamdulillah, it's a good thing to know. And then we have the people here that are, the next part of the hadith here, that some of you will perform the people action of the hellfire, until there's arm between him and an arm's length of the people of death, and he'll do the actions of the people of Jannah. Alhamdulillah, he'll go to Jannah, if you will. And we have seen a lot of this before. People die in their deathbed, taking their shahada, or right before they die, 90 years old person takes shahada, 80 years old person takes shahada, and they become a Muslim, alhamdulillah, and they go to Jannah, right? So we have these aspects also. Question here. This ayah right here, hold on, I'm going to go too fast. This ayah right here that we have in the Quran, where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, not this ayah, sorry, I don't think I have a slide on it. I'm just going to repeat it to you. I'm going to recite it to you. I don't have the ayah here though. I don't know what page number it is. But anyhow, let's see if I get it inshallah. But there's a verse in the Quran where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentions that He will not la yudi'u ajra man ahsana amala. There it is. I think that's it right there. That is it. Sorry. I don't know. I'm going crazy for it. There's a verse in Surah Kahf right here where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, إِنَّ الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا وَعَمِلُوا الصَّالِحَاتِ إِنَّ لَا نُضِيعُ أَجْرَ مَنْ أَحْسَنَ عَمَلًا. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, indeed those who believe and do righteous deeds, indeed Allah will not allow that these deeds to be lost, wiped away, go away, the reward of that, whoever does well. So we have this hadith here that says that somebody will do the acts of Jannah, and then what? They go to acts of Jahannam and they go to hellfire. But then we have this verse in the Quran that says what? Allah will not do away with the reward of those who do righteous deeds. How can we understand this hadith that we're studying today and this verse in the Quran? Do they conflict each other?
No.
They know?
It says, those who believed, and I think the fact that he says it first and shows importance that we need it, it's all about your intention and your belief in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
Okay. Anyone else want to take a shot at explain this verse?
The first thing we were, the acting was talking about the intentions and the show of riyah. So if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is making sure, is giving us the surety, if we did the good deed, minus the show off and bad intention,
Right.
then Allah will never ever, take away the deed of the reward of that.
Okay, so here we go. We have a person who prays only for the sake of Allah, donates only for the sake of Allah, no showing off. At the end of his life, he does something that's kufr, something that's disbelief, he dies as a non-Muslim. From this ayah, what do we understand from this?
He will get the punishment of that bad deed and then he will be given the reward of the good deed.
So he died as a non-Muslim. So then what? He goes to Jannah as being a non-Muslim?
Oh, non-Muslim.
Yeah, remember? He did all this, right? He did prayer only for Allah, no showing off, donated, no showing off, everything, following this ayah right here. But then from the hadith that we just studied today, he goes into disbelief, he becomes Christian, he becomes Hindu or something, and he dies in that state. Now what happens to him?
Aren't there some who will go to Jahannam just for a short period of time to purify themselves from what they did, and then afterwards they'll enter
Wait.
Jannah?
Okay.
He's still a disbeliever though. So there's the only sin that wouldn't be forgiven is kufr, right? So
Yes.
this believer did that, and then this ayah is only referring to the Muslims, those who believe.
So what do you mean? So, but he did believe though in his life, right?
Yeah, but he didn't die in that state.
Oh, okay, good, very good. You're hitting on that point here, right? So Imam Nawawi, rahimahullah, mentions in the commentary of this ayah, he says that the actions mentioned in this verse are conditioned with a condition of acceptance of deeds, only for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And number two, that ending your life on belief, right? And having a good ending. That's what it has to be. That's what the Prophet says in a beautiful hadith. He says, إِنَّمَا الْأَعْمَالُ بِالْخَوَاتِيمِهَا كالوعاء إذا طاب أعلاه طاب أسفله إذا خبث أعلاه خبث أسفله. The Prophet says that deeds are by its endings. Your deeds, your actions are by its endings, meaning that it's conditioned by the endings of it. What does he mean by that? He said it's like a vessel, a cup, right? If the top of that cup, the liquid at the top of the cup is tayyib, is good and pure, then guess what? The bottom of it will be good and pure. But it says that if the top of it is khabith, yani filthy, right, dirty, then the bottom of it will be what? Be dirty, if you will. So like if you have a cup of water and then put a cup of, something else in there, urine, right? Then obviously it's going to affect the bottom of it. That kind of works also with the water on top and the bottom of it anyhow, right? But he's saying that what comes last is what purifies what happens at the end, right? So how you end your life conditions everything else that you did before it, right? So either you're going to nullify all your actions or you're going to be you're going to qualify always for what? For reward. So that's how we understand this ayah here. This ayah is talking about those, kind of Brother Mu'tasim mentioned, and those who die with belief. Only die with belief. But not the ones who don't die with belief. This verse is not talking about them at all. Right? We know the most, number one sin that we can't forgive is the sin of associating partners with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Any questions or comments? This is the end of the hadith here. Let me ask this last thing here to get your minds working. The first part of the hadith, right? One thing I like to do with my classes is to teach you guys critical thinking skills. It's very important as Muslims be critical thinkers. The first part of the hadith says that this hadith is like totally, it's almost like two worlds, right? The first part of the hadith is talking about on the womb of the mother, stays there and becomes a nutfa, then a alaqa, then a mudghah. You almost forgot about that part, right? 40 days, we have the whole one. We start talking about abortion and all this kind of stuff, right? And the angel writes down these four things, right? Your sustenance, your lifespan, your deeds, and you're going to Jahannam. And then the second part hadith says that somebody does good deeds, and then at the end they do something bad, they go to Jahannam. Someone's bad the rest of their life, and they do very good at the end, they go to Jannah. How does that second part of the hadith relate to the first part? Because sometimes you read this hadith, you're like, how do they connect? Like it's almost like two different worlds. When we're talking about a mother and a baby getting developed, and the second part hadith is talking about, someone going to Jahannam or someone going to Jannah. What's going on? So how does that second part of the hadith connect to the first part?
The first part talks about how the angels write down their deeds and whether or not they'll be going to Jannah or Jahannam. And then the second part is talking about like how they change
Change it?
How-
Okay.
try to figure out.
It's okay, no problem. Anyone
The
else?
second part is talking actually how he is doing those deeds. The fourth thing which the angel has written, the second part is talking about how he is going to act upon those,
Very good, very good. So the first part, you might ask yourself, what's the benefit of this hadith here? That, especially Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is telling us, or the Prophet was telling us, that these four things are going to be written for us, right? I mean, if we didn't have this, if we didn't know this, would this change our life or not? That's the question here. The answer to that comes in the second part of the hadith. Why this hadith we have, the Prophet was trying to tell us, is that you need to have consistency. That this is written for you. And so even though you're like, oh my gosh, I'm doing so good, I'm a good Muslim, I'm making Hajj, I'm praying, alright, this must be, Jannah must be written for me. So yes, and you start celebrating, you start feeling like this is what the hadith said, the angel writes down all these, my actions, I'm praying, and if I'm going to go to Jahannam. So that's about it, and you start getting happy, you start having confidence in yourself. And then the Prophet says, hey, just check yourself. Let me give you an example. Some of you guys might do that, but guess what? At the very end, you might slip up. Right before you're about to go to the finish line, you twist your ankle and you never make it through. Right? And you never finish that race. Right? So the Prophet said, you know what? Don't get too haughty. Don't get too cocky. That guess what? You're a good Muslim and look how great I am. You have to keep on pushing. Keep on doing better because you never know if you're going to have that slip. Right? And be consistent to the very, very end. And when you're at the very, very end, at your deathbed, still don't have no confidence in it, right? That's what, there's a famous story about Imam Ahmed, rahimahullah, when he was passing away, right? He was saying that, when he was passing away, he was saying that, he was saying, no. And then his son was saying, what are you saying? Dad, why are you saying that for? You don't want to die? You're a scholar, you should know that this is something written. He's all I'm saying this, I forgot the exact word he's saying, but he said, I'm saying this because Shaitan came to me and said, look, Imam Ahmed, look how great a scholar that you are. Look how much you did. Everyone learned from you. You're such a great person. And that Shaitan was trying to bury at the end, right before his book's about to close and get sent to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for judgment, he was trying to get him to slip. Say, yes, I am a great scholar. And look how great I am. And guess what? That would have nullified what? All his studies he did. Because his intention now was for what? Because of, look at me, I'm the great imam. But no, he's like, no, I don't know, this is not it. He's telling Shaitan, like, get away from me. Don't try to pull me down. That's exactly what this hadith is. That's exactly what it is there. And sometimes when you're on deathbed, sometimes, you start to think about other things, and sometimes people have some family members go through crazy episodes when they're dying, right? They start lashing out on their children, start lashing out on their spouse, and they could ruin their certain thing. All that truth that was hitting in their heart finally comes out, right? And that's why sometimes Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is very good for people, where He makes people go into comas or they're not able to talk when they're dying. Because that might be saving them from saying something silly. You know what I mean? Or saying something about their wife or something about their kids or their husband. And that's when they die on that note, about arguing with their family right before them. Right? And sometimes they know that could be a rahmah, that Allah actually takes your speech away before you die. Right? And then you might say, that's terrible. My dad died with the breathing tube, or he was in a coma, or my mom, or my aunt. Why? They didn't get to say the shahada before they died, etc. I know that's terrible. We all know the hadith. If you say that, you go to Jannah, right? But still, you never know. That could be a savior. You never know what that person might have said or something. So, like I said, that could be a rahmah from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, right? So you have that same example, right? So the main lesson here about hadith that we can derive from this is consistency in our deeds and never think you're great, right? That's what scholars say. Always look people below you, right? Keep on pushing hard into it, even when you're old, you're gray, your knees can't work anymore. You keep on going strong, right? Because you never know if you're going to be in Jannah, right? I think as a saying of the Prophet ﷺ, he said that if one foot was in Jannah, my other foot was outside, I wouldn't know if my other foot was in Jannah. This is the Prophet ﷺ saying that, right? I mean, he's already guaranteed Jannah, right? But you don't take anything for granted at all, right? Just keep on pushing through. That's one of the main lessons you can take from this hadith here. But inshallah ta'ala, any questions or comments from anyone on this hadith here? If not, inshallah ta'ala, we'll go next week. Will be hadith 5 and 6. We'll try to cover 2 hadith, but we need to start covering at least 2 hadith every class to make sure that we finish on time. If not 3 hadith, inshallah ta'ala. Hopefully, inshallah, you benefited from it, learning about the guidance of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam and encouragement of understanding, obviously the push forward in your deeds, never give up, never be complacent, right? Never be satisfied with your iman and what you've done in this world, right? Always look for people above you that have done greater than you, right? You're great people. You keep on pushing forward, inshallah ta'ala. We ask Allah subhanahu ya Rahman, ya Rahim, ya Ghafoor, forgive us for our wrongdoings. Help us to have a husn al-khatam, a good ending in our life. Make it end on a good note, ya Kareem, ya Rabbil Alameen. Help us prevent us from having a bad ending in our life, Ya Rabbil Alameen. Keep us away from this, Ya Kareem, Ya Rabbil Alameen. Protect us from this type of ending. Forgive us for our wrongdoings. Forgive our parents for their wrongdoings. Guide our family members. Guide those Muslims around the world. Protect them from the punishment, for the oppression that they're going through. Give them victory in their fights, Ya Kareem, Ya Rabbil Alameen. Subhanakallahumma bihamdik. Nashhadu la ilaha illa ant. نستغفرك ونتوب إليك بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والعصر إن الإنسان لفي خسر إلا الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات وتواصوا بالحق وتواصوا بالصبر سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين جزاك الله خير. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reward you and bless you. And the doors in the coming